to be resolving. Men don't seem to know how to behave. I mean, in response to this girl's post, a man took time and typed and responded to Ife's comments and said what that boss was doing is not so bad because that is how he met his own wife. I know we're raising better men than that. I know we're raising better sons than that. But you need to have seen the backlash on Twitter. It's just I mean,
how would you say it? Anyway, is because the lady he did it with indulged him, so he took it that okay, it's a good thing, it's a normal thing. Some women enjoy it and all that. So, but it's the woman I even blame. It's not even the man I blame in the first place.
What? That's the thing. Why do we always blame the woman?
No, in this case, I'll blame her because if he did it, I don't know how to put it. Okay, he felt it was not anything. Maybe they had some kind of attraction. If guy is liking you, you will sense it. If a girl likes you too, there's a way you sense it. And so it probably felt that, okay, I noticed this girl like me, and she too, since she likes him now, she did that kind of thing. It's not hard to just forget slap on his face. She was busy blushing for it. Yeah, then he did it again and did it again. So maybe she is because she liked him already.
Yeah, because look at the solution the boss provided. They transferred the lady to another branch and they told her to take her win and go, but they're not going to prosecute the boss.
It's always
you understand. Yeah. So how come they're letting him get away with it? But she said that they're on the lookout. They're watching him if there's somebody else falls prey to it and the person comes to report. Because again, you have to report. You have to have evidence. You have to have Nigeria.
There are some things that you can't even get evidence. But that kind of thing, if you ask me for evidence, I know how to get my evidence.
Yeah, but without being culpable, because the person will say you led them on to believe that you were actually interested. Remember the example?
And that's the only way you can get your evidence. If not, how else do you intend to get your evidence?
You cannot be culpable at all. You cannot you have to dance to the tune, but not
for a bit, but not completely. Just dance to it to convince the person that she's in and all that.
Just like they did with that lecturer's story. Remember? Which, how will I put it now? Sex for grades. It was popular 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And so right now, lecturers are behaving themselves seriously. You cannot.
I never experienced it because
I never experienced it.
I'm someone that I don't like. How do I put it? I don't like. I like hiding myself. Okay, that's the thing. So even if it's something that involves me meeting lecturer and all that, I always do it in a way that we have to go in groups. I don't want someone to notice me that see this guy. I don't want to ever put myself. So I always found a way to dodge from any.
That's how you escape.
Yeah, that's how I escaped. But they were doing it. I heard it from some of our mates. This lecturer like that. So it was happening. It's not something that doesn't happen. It happens.
Okay, men, I invite you to join the conversation this afternoon. The numbers to dial is 0818 22 22 205, 0818 22 22 206. How can we prosecute more people? I know you're saying election is finished. This is not the priority, but it is. It's almost as if it's like almost like breathing. Every day there's one issue or another, and when people voice out, then you shoot them down. So you want to solve the problem, but you don't want people to complain. So how do we resolve this?
And then I don't say, but I think women should just find a way to be smart about it, because I've had 2 encounters like that. There was no way out. It was just left for me to use my brain. No, not in school. A place I worked and a taxi vehicle.
You were harassing a taxi. Were you the only one in the taxi?
I was the only one. Like, how I even got into that vehicle was that, private cars also. Yes. So I thought the person was just trying to get passengers. So I stopped him. It's not as if he stopped himself. I stopped him. I asked him if you are going to Lupe. He said he's going. Only for me to enter, and then I started saying something else. But I was just calm at that situation. I told myself that corporate, anything he tells you, say yes. Everything he said, I was accepting to it. I say yes. I didn't even make. I was even forcing smile.
But he didn't. It's not like he stopped the car or he was driving.
He was moving. So I was scared that okay, if I don't act smart about this, he might just pin the car. And the worst part was that he had a iron beneath his car seat. So when my eyes saw that iron, I said, if this guy pinned this car, hit you this iron now. So I just pretended, coded, and then till when he dropped me, I accepted that we should see the next day. I said no problem, gave him my number. When I came down from that car, and then for the office of the place I worked, that one time I just kept letting him on tape, because by then I was waiting for my service. I knew that anyhow I shall also leave this place. So I was just pretending as if I would give in. I'm thinking about it. That's why I just kept posting till.
And of course, I hope it's not as when you were caught in a. Like this lady now, she has 2 children, and she needed a source of income, so she cannot resign from the job.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're always put between a rock and a hard place. So
I could actually resign, but I didn't want to. Since I saw that I could handle it, so I didn't want to resign. I was just waiting that let my service come. I will definitely leave.
Well, we're looking at the good sides today, right? Some people have not been so lucky, but
not been lucky.
Honestly, I'm glad with what the FCT is doing, at least to alleviate the suffering of the victims. You know, every time they say you blame the woman, but you're not proffering solution, and so this one is a big thumbs up. To create not just one center, I think there are multiple centers. He said the centers to serve as a shelter, home for survivors of sexual and gender-based across the territory who have been abused and are experiencing trauma and need to be properly cared for. Because imagine someone who someone goes through the assault, and the person will be forever in fear. They cannot go out alone, or they don't even have anywhere to stay. So this is actually quite commendable. It's commendable. At least I'm glad that we are sitting now at the table to have the conversation, and we're not leaving it to the women to proffer solutions anymore. So it's a great effort. So that was the tea that I wanted to bring to you today. So when we see something good, we commend it. When you see someone trying to make effort to fix our society, we commend it. And that's our tea on this episode of Perspectives. I know that I mentioned at the beginning of the show that we have flexible programming for the Ramadan season, and so we'll continue the show next week, Monday. I think, but yes, I skipped that beat. And so the show will not be continuing tomorrow, but thank you so much. We always look forward to hearing back from you. Don't say because it's Ramadan season our normal programming will not continue. Please, we'd really love to hear back from you. Even if you want to call and say, okay, I want this particular, play me this song at so time. Yeah. We'd really appreciate that feedback. So was there any gist you wanted to add, Mona?
No, how do I want to put? I just want to encourage women, because a lot of women go through this harassment. I told you about 2 bike men. One slapped my butt, another one pressed my boobs. So we women, we're always facing things like this. And if you find yourself in that situation, just like the vehicle own, just be calm. Don't be quick to react. Like, what do you think?
Because if you leave it to me, I will knock the guy's teeth out.
You see, and then he will have he might do something to you at that point, because it's just you and him. True. And he looked very hefty. It's not even something I will make that mistake. So it's some kind of
I don't know why some men actually believe that slapping someone on the butt or just touching a female's whatever. How is that a normal thing? Honestly, now I'm provoked all over again. Because some people, and I've seen it in some countries now. How can you say you saw someone just standing by themselves
and then you just slap their butts?
No. There should be our legislators, you are not in the house for nothing. It's not funny. These are things that it's harassment. No matter how tiny it is, you have invaded my personal space now. It's not what they call it, a beg. Don't make me
I can see I get it.
Honestly, it's not
But have
funny.
you experienced any
Harassment?
Yeah.
For some reason, you know that when you were describing that lecturer bit, I smiled. You know why? When I was in university, much like you, it's not something that occurred to me. I was a very naive person coming into school. Of course, I I became sharp by fire by force, but I did not fall prey to those kind of things. So what I would do is I became friends with my lecturers, as in not to the point that I would just sit down and come and hang out in your office, not that kind of friend. But before you even mention that kind of thing, you just, this one is just a child, Jerry, you know. Or there was one particular one that, you know, one day he's not even my lecturer, but he's a lecturer in my school. I'm in the history department, it was in English department, and I came to you asked me, hey, you come and see me in my office. You know, I went to your office. The next thing you start saying funny stuff, and because I'm very tall, I was a tall teenager, I could see the center of his head. So I said, I can see the center of your head, that please, you know. So the man just looked at this girl, is just a silly child. So it was a, just like you, playful manner, but so he did not occur to him till I graduated from university. That man was my friend. Anyway, he said, how are you? You call my name. Said, I'm fine, thank you, sir. Because that's not what was on my mind. You know, some people will say that if you go looking for something, you will find it. Especially girls who, at that time, they used to say girls that are lazy are the ones who lecturers go after. But it's not true.
It's not true.
Sometimes this, what they call it, is just fault on both ends. You don't want to study. You want free marks. You go and greet a lecturer. And why did you go and study?
Exactly. Why are you going
don't
to
give him a reason to suggest this kind of thing. So that's that blame on that part. But then the lecturer that you are supposed to be a guide, you're supposed to be a mentor, you're supposed to be an educator. Why are you asking for something from a student? You know? So it wasn't. So
even one of our lecturers was even my neighbor.
Yeah.
This man doesn't know me till now. He doesn't even know my name, not talk of that I am his neighbor at home.
Are you serious? And he was your lecturer?
That's how much I
yourself. I really am curious. How did you dress in school? Did you wear glasses and wear a horrible wig?
No. The good part is that we are many, no mass come.
Yeah.
We are always much. So it was very easy for me to hide myself. It was very, and I'm not someone that likes how would I put it, taking up roles. You know, some people they just like putting themselves. So, I wasn't like that. Even my brother was like, "Auntie, now you're lecturer."
That you're his neighbor. Oh God, you must have really left.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so but I mean we've said our 2 cents on the matter today. We cannot emphasize it enough. Please just draw the line. Boundaries, respect. Just show women some respect. You don't have, why would you go around slapping people's butts, or why would you
honestly,
you know, you're an adult. Ask there are women to toast. Go and toast your mates, or toast, but just, you know, draw the line on this sexual harassment, right? Oh, thank you so much, Muna, as always. We have to wrap up now. Make it a date on Monday. Thank you so much for staying with us on Citizen FM. And don't tune off just because it's Ramadan. Don't worry. In between, we have our own flexible programming that, you know, we have created for your listening pleasure. And this is where we say bye-bye. I continue with my Zembaki Zuchet there. I know you don't understand Hausa.
I get to laugh out loud when you sad. Emoji they crying out, but you they laugh. Pretend to love you, I pretend to believe. Last, the both of us not go. We the swim in the sea, yeah.